YouTube people, and then I'm going to tell you what we might need for today. Cool? All right. So welcome to Monday's at-home fitness class. Today we will need a dumbbell or a kettlebell, something you feel comfortable holding overhead. Could be a can of soup, could be a water jug, could be a shoe. Anything you feel comfortable holding in one hand overhead. So if you need a minute to go grab that, I'll meet you right back here. Looks like everybody's got their stuff. Yeah? All right. We're going to get warmed up. So we're going to start with 8 side plank hip taps. So we're going to come into this super suave type pose here. Elbow planted into the floor, and then we'll squeeze up until we're in a plank, and then back down 8 times. Eight times on one side, 8 times on the other. And then 12 glute bridges. So I'm going to come onto my back, knees bent, feet planted into the floor. And I'm going to weight my heels into the floor, and then I'm going to squeeze my butt, thinking about driving my knees out, pressing my hips up to the ceiling. 12 times. Then I'm going to come up to standing with an object. Dumbbell, kettlebell, can of soup. I'm going to hold it in the front rack here. Doesn't matter to me which leg steps back. So we're not stepping as far back as we would for a lunge. Just maybe the length of one of your feet back from your feet. So feet are going to be staggered. We'll stand up tall, and we're going to drop down, straight down into a kneeling position. We're going to do 6 with our legs staggered this way, and then we'll switch and do 6 on the other. And then we'll do all that 2 more times. So 8 hip taps per side, 12 glute bridges, 6 of those half kneeling press. Nice work, friends. All right. We're warm. Time to move on to the strength portion today, which is going to be Turkish Get-Ups. A way to move yourself and some weight from being on the floor to standing up fully upright. So I'll demo one and then we'll go through the steps together. I'm using a 5-pound plate. I'm going to start snuggled over with my weight. I'm going to roll, punch it up in the air. Hang on a second. Okay. Same arm, same leg up, other leg out long. I'm going to do a hard sit up into my weight, up to my elbow, up to my hand, keeping my eyes on my weight the whole time. I'm going to bridge my hips up. I'm going to suck that leg through till I'm making contact with the floor with my knee and my hand. Then I'm going to come up to kneeling. At this point, my eyeballs will come back down to the horizon. And I'll come up to standing. Then, back down to kneeling. Eyes go back up to my weight. Hand plants on the floor. Leg comes back through into that bridge. Hip down to the floor. Down to my elbow. Down to my shoulder. And down to my back. And that's one. So, if everybody can position their cameras so I can see you when you're on the floor, let's go through one of these per side. And your hands can be empty for this one. So let's roll over onto our right side. Imagine you've got a weight over there that's heavy, and then you're going to roll back to your back, punch it up in the air. So now we got our right hand in the air, right knee is bent, left leg is out long, left arm is out to your side, sort of at an angle. There we go, Ani. All right, now punch up through that weight in your hand up to your elbow, up to your hand. Bridge your hips up strong. Suck your left leg back through till it makes contact with the floor. Then come up to kneeling. Then eyes to the horizon. And stand up. And then back down to kneeling. Plant your hand on the floor. Bridge up, drive your leg through, down to your hip, down to your elbow, down to your shoulder, and down to your back. So that is one. So we're going to do 15 minutes of quality Turkish get-ups. Accumulating as many as you can in 15 minutes. With as much weight as you have or want to use. Empty hand is great. Kettlebell, dumbbell, can of soup, whatever you got. Makes sense? I will be checking in on the video to make sure these all look good. If you get lost, there's a lot of steps to it. If you get lost somewhere along the way, chime in and I'll help you get back on track. Cool? So we're going to do 15 minutes. To get as many as you can. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. 15 minutes. Did I mention to alternate sides? Alternate sides. So switch sides as you feel you need to. I can only do these with my right hand up in the air right now. And if your weight feels really, really light, be really deliberate in your steps of the Turkish Get-Up. Getting these steps down will help you move more weight in the future. So when you're in the phase of going from your back up to kneeling, it's really important to keep your eyeballs on your weight. And then when you get to kneeling, then you can bring your eyes back down. But keeping your eyes on it while it's in that transition phase is really important. Coming up on the halfway point here. Things are looking pretty good. Don't be in a hurry with these. Nail every single step. Before you know it, you'll be putting your own body weight overhead. That's not true. Just a little over 7 minutes remaining. Nick, what's happening? Here you go, Ani. We got about 4 minutes left. These are looking pretty good. Nice work, friends. Nice job, Julie. 2.5 minutes left. These last 2 minutes, I want you to really focus on each individual step. Don't be in a rush. Step by step up, step by step down. Two minutes remaining. One minute. And that is time. That was a long time to be doing Turkish get-ups. They looked really good. Probably feeling that in the shoulders a little bit. We're gonna move on to the workout, which is 5 rounds for time with a 13-minute time cap of 3 different things. The first one is a snatch, which means we're taking a weight from its lowest position to overhead all in one go. So I'm going to demonstrate with a dumbbell. You can do these with a kettlebell or anything you've got. You can do these with an empty hand. You can do them with a can of soup. So with this dumbbell, I'm going to stand right over it with the dumbbell right between my feet. I'm going to take my one single hand, turn my thumb backwards so it's pointing behind me. I'm going to get down so my hips are down, back is up, eyes are up, my arm is relaxed, and just attaching my body to this dumbbell. I'm going to drive my legs into the floor to make this dumbbell get light. Then I'm going to pull. Once my legs have driven the dumbbell up, then I'm going to pull. And then at this point, I can either finish straight up overhead or I can drop to catch it with a locked out arm. It finishes with my weight up overhead, hips and knees all the way extended, elbow and shoulder all the way extended. And it's back down for one more. Drive, lift, drop, stand, so at speed. So we're gonna do 20 of those. You can split those up any way you want. You could do 10 on one arm, 10 on the other. You could alternate reps, however you wanna work that. Could I see 4 total? So 2 on each arm.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Due to height restrictions, last time I did cleans when we did snatches. Just want to let you know.
What's that?
Because of the height restrictions in my basement, last time we did snatches, I just did cleans.
That's great. Quit being so tall. Maybe dig a hole where you can work out in.
Hi. I also can't lift over my head because of my very tall, short ceiling.
All right. You can do cleans also. So whatever you've, dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you're using, start it on the floor between your feet, and you'll just bring it to the front rack position. So after 20 of those, then we transition to 20 mountain climbers. So we come into a down dog with 1 foot forward, and then we jump and switch. Each time we move is a rep. So 20 times our feet are going to switch positions. And then 20 goblet squats. So whatever you're using for weight is going to come up under your chin. 2 hands on the weight, elbows squeezed in under your hands. Feet in a squat width stance, so just outside your hips. We're going to drive our knees out, sit our hips down into that space. Keeping our back up nice and tall. 20 of those. Cool? So the workout is 20 snatches, 20 mountain climbers, 20 goblet squats, 5 rounds with a 13-minute time cap. Cool? Whoa. Any questions before we get rolling? All right, starts with snatches. Starting in 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, go! Nice job, friends. 2 minutes down. Four and a half minutes down, y'all. You got this. We're halfway through that time cap. Nice work, buddies. About 3.5 minutes remaining. About 2 minutes. Just a little over a minute remaining. All the way through. 1 minute. You got this, buddies. Woo. Thirty seconds. You got it, Beth. You got it on you. Here you go, Nick. 20 seconds. 15. 10 seconds, all the way through to the end. You got this. 5, 3, 2, 1, time. Woo! That was awesome. Kinda. If you want today's, hi, little buddy. If you want today's recommended mobility, it is Openness Scorpion. So to do that, we're gonna lie down on our face, stick one arm out to the side, and then take the opposite leg and roll that over into that shoulder. You can take your other arm, bring it around back for a little extra fun. And then if you want, you can play with the angle of that arm that you're rolled into, switch sides when you'd like. right, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube folks. Thanks for joining, YouTube folks.